आज विकी लालवानी शो पर विवेक वासवानी. Not tempted to work with Salman again after Patthar Ke Phool.
He can come at 4 o'clock for a 9 o'clock shoot. Not acceptable.
Did he change his dialogues? Did he change his costume in Patthar Ke
He
Phool?
could not. His baap was sitting there, Salim Khan.
The elephant in the room, Shah Rukh Khan. Why is it being said so much? 18 के बाद आप मिले नहीं हो.
I do not socialize with the film industry.
He doesn't take your calls.
But I have to call him for him to take the call.
And you haven't done that.
But for what?
Why was Rishi Kapoor so moody?
He was born like that. As Neetuji says. He was continuously aggravated with Ranbir.
And Ranbir used to get upset?
I have not seen Amitabh Bachchan get aggravated with anybody.
Have you seen Jaya Bachchan aggravated?
I see YouTube aggravation all the time. What has happened is that she is continuously aggravated by the paparazzi. Now, once or twice she got aggravated, so they started understanding how to press her buttons.
You mentored Mukul Dev, somebody whom we tragically lost about a year ago.
I gave him for Kya Kehna, but they replaced him with Saif.
Why did they replace Mukul?
He didn't turn up on the set.
Your opinion on Aryan Khan's Badass of Bollywood, where you thought that the father and son have painted Bollywood as a bad world.
एक औरत को आप दिखा रहे हैं जो एक डायरेक्टर लात मार के उसको गिराता है. ये कभी मैंने देखा नहीं इंडस्ट्री में. Why have you painted everyone black? There are decent people in the industry. Let there be a Yash Chopra in that who's been decent. Let there be a Yash Johar in that. Aamir, he's the only actor between the three Khans, not Shah Rukh, not Salman, who've given us legacy films. शाहरुख ने मुझे वेरी क्लियरली कहा मैं फिल्में नहीं करना चाहता हूँ. बॉम्बे में आया हूँ, मैं सर्कस करूंगा और उसके बाद मुझे दिल्ली जाके गौरी से शादी करना है. Naveen Nischal used to be very difficult to get along.
Why was it difficult to get along with?
People didn't get along with Naveen. They thought that he still thinks he's a big star. जो जया बच्चन पार्लियामेंट में बोलती है वो एक बहुत ही वैलिड पॉइंट्स होती है. But she puts them across like a school teacher. आधे लोग एग्रेवेट हो जाते हैं. I'm still teaching. I'm still talking about ticket sales. I'm still talking about the price of tickets and why they should be lowered. I'm still part of committees. I'm still a panelist at places like Waves and Mami. Obviously, my thinking is not 1962 when I was born.
You made a statement regarding Shah Rukh Khan. I'm not in a relationship with him.
Physical relationship.
आज विकी लालवानी शो पर विवेक वासवानी.
Thank you.
विवेक जी, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. और कई दिन से मैं चाह रहा था कि आपसे बात करूं, लेकिन आपकी तबीयत भी बीच में ठीक नहीं थी. आपकी मम्मी की तबीयत ठीक नहीं थी.
Yes, my mother had an accident in Dubai and then she came back to Bombay and she was in bed.
I hope she's better now.
She's much better now. She's doing better.
Now what I hear is, I'll come straight to the elephant in the room, Shah Rukh Khan, which you have been talking about in most of your interviews.
See, nobody wants to interview me without bringing Shah Rukh into the room. So if I'm talking about Shah Rukh, it is because you guys want me to talk about Shah Rukh.
Yes.
It's not that I want to talk about
Yes.
it. I have nothing to say.
I understand. But I believe he is in touch with your mother.
He calls my mother. I went to his party in 2018, birthday party,
Yeah.
where he and Gauri both treated me like a royal guest. He did my doula mil gaya for me. He didn't charge me a single rupee. And he did far more than the kind of role I had envisaged. If you see the film, it's on Amazon Prime right now, you will see the entire second half is dominated by Shah Rukh. That was the way Mudassar wrote him also. Because you can't create a multi-million model called Shimmer in the Trinidads and she's in love with this really big man and he comes in a private plane and the door opens. And if it isn't Shah Rukh, then you're going to be disappointed. So I went to Shah Rukh. Then I didn't come over with a favor. I said, this is the role. I have Sushmita and I need someone of your stature. Someone who can say, I rule the world. He didn't look at the script. He didn't look at Mudassar. He said, you've come for the first time, I'm doing the film. I don't know how dates and all will work out, but I'm doing the film. So then I said, what about money? He said, I can't take money from you. Which is difficult, no? Because when you have money, there's a contract. But he was doing it as a favor to me, maybe to return favors of him having lived in my house. I didn't, and I don't analyze reactions too much.
So I guess the dates were fluctuating and there was a lot of buzz that he's going to walk out from the film. Is he there in the film? Is he not there in the film?
Then everyone was speculating. But he decided that he would shoot for me on the first day. So the first day of shooting was Shah Rukh and Sushmita. And on that first day, we finished what is final edit of about 4 minutes of Shah Rukh in the film. On that first day. Then after that entire schedule, which was Sushmita's house, which we had put up at Mehboob Studio. That was a 15-day schedule. The next schedule was in Trinidad, a few months later. Again with Fardeen, Ishita, Johnny Lieber, Ishita, Arun, Sushmita, but all of them. That was another maybe 35 or 40-day schedule. So by the time we came back and by the time we edited, we were in the 60 or 50% mark of completion of the film. Then when I went for dates, I had to wait for him to complete Om Shanti Om and Rab Ne Banai Jodi, back to back. Rab Ne Banai Jodi, I could not say anything. It's a friend called Aditya Chopra, who's making a film after a very long time. He's given a Dilwale to Shah Rukh, who cannot say no. So I waited for Om Shanti Om to release. I waited for him to complete Rab Ne Banai Jodi. And then his manager, of course, she's now CEO or whatever, Karuna called up and said, these are the dates. I said, okay. Unfortunately, there was a problem there. Because on the day I put up the interior of the cruise with his stateroom and, the corridors, that was 26/11. We packed up that day and we put Shah Rukh in his car and he left. After having completed 1, 2, 3, 4 scenes.
So you mean to say that when this shootout was happening,
We were
at
shooting
VT
at Jew Center.
Taj, you were shooting with Shah Rukh at Jew Center.
Huh? I had put up the stateroom. I had put up the corridors of the ship. I had put up one scene where he buys the discotheque from Farid Karim. He left. He reached home about 9. I got a call from my mother saying, don't come back to South Bombay. So we camped there at the Jew Center. And then in the morning we went to Mohit and Sooraj's houses, I think. They lived close by. But then by evening I went back out. But in that space, Karuna immediately said, these are the dates, what do you want to do? I said, whatever I do now, I'll do at Mehboob Studios. So I constructed the song Wala Set Jo Tha, his and Sushmita's song, and this other song that he was doing, and the cruise where he dives. Now again, when he dived, he broke his shoulder, he had an accident. He tore a ligament.
Yeah, his back started playing up.
He tore a ligament here. Now, he didn't tell anybody. He came, he actually completed the whole shoot of that sequence and went home. He was in pain. They had to go for surgery to Los Angeles. So he went, did the surgery, came back and immediately gave me dates because the song was left. But he was in form because the shoulder was cleared. So then for that 1.5 days, he completed his entire portions of 2 songs and he went. So there was no, he was cooperation personified. He did what he could do best. I had to do what I could do best. And in the middle, my dad died. On the day of the shoot, Fardeen's father died. Mudassar's father expired during that whole Shah Rukh schedule. So we were coping with death. We were coping with 26/11. We were coping with Shah Rukh's accident. We were coping with tremendous pressure. Friends of mine in the industry said, yeah, he's not going to be able to complete this film. He's bitten off more than he can chew. It's too big a film. He'll die. They actually said, Viveck Vaswani mar jayega bichara. How much stress can someone take? Death also, ye also, wo also, finance also becomes a problem because now you're building again and again. The interest factor is going haywire. But I not only completed it, but if you see it, you will admit it's one of Sushmita's finest performance. Fardeen openly says it's one of the best films he's done. And Shah Rukh has said that he's been portrayed exactly the way he's supposed to be portrayed. I lost money because of the delays. But that's part of life. I took it in my stride. I did a lot of work as a consultant. I did a lot of lectures. I earned money and I paid it back. That's life.
But then why is it being said so much? That
You have to give me names. Who's
18 के बाद आप मिले नहीं हो.
अरे मिले नहीं है. I'm a teacher. I go to school at 8 in the morning. I come back home at 8 in the morning. 8:30 I go to bed. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I do not socialize with the film industry.
He doesn't take your calls.
But I have to call him for him to take the call. I don't. I don't even have his number. Those keep on changing. So if I do really want to get in touch, I will call Karuna. And she will pass on the message and he will call back.
And you haven't done that.
But for what? I mean, seriously, I didn't give him a break thinking he'll be a star and I'll cash him. I didn't give Aziz Mirza a break thinking he'll become a big director and cash him. I didn't give Raveena Tandon a break thinking that she will become a big star and I will cash him. I didn't give Jatin and Lalit a big film like Raju Ban Gaya Gentleman when Jo Jeeta Bhai Sikandar and they were working on. In fact, that year they had 3 big films, which was their launch: Raju, Khiladi and Jo Jeeta. All did well. So they became, but I thought they will become #1 music directors. That's why I bought. No, I prefer working with newcomers because I'm a teacher. On Patthar Ke Phool, Sanjay Gupta did the post-production. Sanjay Gadvi was an assistant. Vinay Jain, who's a very big actor now on television and a close friend. These are people who've all got careers, but they were all working on Patthar Ke Phool as assistants as I was. On Raju Ban Gaya Gentleman, Manjul Sinha and Karan Anshuman's father. Manoj Lalwani, various people. On Sarang Khopar, Yanji expired last week, God bless his soul. But Daya Shankar Pandey was the assistant, he was in Lagan. And then Jatin Lalit came back, he gave me a great score. There I took favors because the story about the film industry. So I barged into Shami Kapoor's house, Asha Parikh's house, Naveen Nischal's house. Naveen used to be very difficult to get along, but we did Nayi Dishayein together, my serial. Then he did Raju for me. Then we acted in Ashik Banaya Apne. Then he was in New York with me for our blog Chale. He expired, but we were good friends.
Why was it difficult to get along with?
People didn't get along with Naveen. They thought that he still thinks he's a big star. I always treated him as a big star. I had seen, when I was a kid, I had seen Haste Zakham. I had seen Victoria number 203. I had seen Savan Bhado. I had seen Dharma. Parwana I hadn't seen. But I had seen Dharma. So I had seen the bigness of Naveen Nischal. So when I went to approach him for Nayi Dishayein to play my father, मुझे बाप का रोल दे रहे हो टीवी पे, get out. So I didn't get out. I sat. I said, sir, it's a great role. आप ये प्लीज कर दीजिए, मेरी लाइफ बच जाएगी. तो इसे चलते रहे कर देता. एंड सरप्राइजिंगली मेरे साथ तो बहुत ही कोऑपरेटिव था. I cast Anju Mahindru as his wife, my mother. Anju and Naveen, Anju until they were very close. I don't think she grows old only. Because when I cast her as my mother in Nayi Dishayein, मैंने सोचा था कि ये तो middle age lady है. Jewel Thief में थी. आज तक वो middle age lady है, मतलब it's been 40 years.
Did she get along with Naveen Nischal?
Very well, they were buddies. Naveen, in fact, one of the reasons why Naveen was so happy when I said is I cast Anju. साथ में बैठ के तो लोग गपशप करते थे, साथ में बैठ के लंच खाते थे, बहुत क्लोज थे. So I have built friendships because they are friends, but doesn't mean I call them up or I party with them. मैं पार्टी के लिए जाता नहीं हूँ, दारू नहीं पीता हूँ. I've given up smoking more than 12 years ago. I've had my own problems in life. 2017 तक I was debt free. 2018-19 I started working as the dean of School of Media at Pearl Academy. And I'm still with Pearl Academy even now. It's 2026.
I'm glad that you're clearing this because, everywhere it's like that कि mentor को पूछता नहीं है शाहरुख खान.
आपने मुझे खास बुलाया कि विवेक जी मैं आपसे सारे डाउट्स क्लियर करवाऊंगा, तो मैं आज आपके साथ दिल खोल के बात कर रहा हूँ. जो सच है वो है. And people come and say, oh, you know what people are saying. I said, give me names. I don't know what people are saying. People will talk. It is their job. Now you tell me so-and-so said something, I will pick up the phone and confront. Because I am a very straightforward person. And एक चीज है Vicky. In my life, I have only done things for other people. I have never taken. Every single one who's assisted me and how many directors I've launched Rahul Bose in Everybody Season 5. Anant Mahadevan, Dil Dil Pyar Yaar. Aziz Mirza, Raju Ban Gaya Gentleman. Anand Balani, Patthar Ke Phool. Gyan Sahai, Sar Aankhon Par. Sanjeev Puri, Agnipank. All of them are friends. बट मैं उनको फोन करके थोड़ी बोलूँगा देखो मैंने तुमको लॉन्च किया फेवर कर जरूरत नहीं है फेवर तो वो करता है हम पे I'm 64 and I'm kicking.
I want to ask you here that you made a statement regarding Shah Rukh Khan, which took me a little by surprise when I was going through some of your earlier articles before coming here. You happened to say that I'm not in a relationship with him. Now, I want to,
Physical relationship.
you said physical.
Some journalist asked me, are you in a physical relationship with Shah Rukh Khan? I said, no, I am not. I am not in a physical relationship with Shah Rukh Khan. I am not a physical person. Khatam. There is no controversy.
No, my question
So if
was,
you ask me, are you in a physical relationship with Madhuri Dixit? I will say, no, I'm not.
my question was that what made you say that?
That is, somebody asked, so I answered. Khatam. I don't even remember who the journalist was. And it's got nothing to do with me. I am a small man, I am a teacher, and I am a very blunt person. But a lot of them want to around with Shah Rukh's name, Shah Rukh's image. And I'm sure that a lot of times there has been innuendo about Shah Rukh only because he's so big. But I can put that clear. No, there is nothing. And there was nothing. What there was love and affection guided by my mother. She was the one who said, go have your bath, otherwise no lunch. Go get cleaned up. She was controlling the whole situation. और जब हम लोग सिगरेट पीने जाते थे नीचे प्रेसिडेंट में, हम लोग बैठते थे, सिगरेट पीते थे और राजू बन गए जेंटलमैन का एक जो क्रिएशन हुआ, वो मेरे ही घर में हुआ. I know the circles there. He didn't want to do films. शाहरुख ने मुझे वेरी क्लियरली कहा मैं फिल्में नहीं करना चाहता हूँ. बॉम्बे में आया हूँ, मैं सर्कस करूँगा और उसके बाद मुझे दिल्ली जाके गौरी से शादी करना है, तो मैं कैसे करूँ? I knew about him and Gauri and his mother's health on the first day I met. अब फिल्में नहीं करनी है. अच्छा, 2-3 हफ्ते के बाद वापस दिल्ली चले गए मदर वतन में. तब तक मैं बिजी था पत्थर के फूल के रिलीज में. पत्थर के फूल का प्रीमियर था. He was in Delhi. He didn't come to the premiere, but we had already come. We were talking on the phone. He had already stayed in my house. जो भी था. पत्थर के फूल की 3rd वीक चल रही थी क्योंकि मैं दिल्ली में गया था शाहरुख से मिलने. I stayed in his house. I met his mother. I met Gauri. I met Lara Rukh, his sister, who is very close to me even today. Or his mother was in a semi-coma. I came back to Bombay. He called me up and said, we need a very big specialist called Dr. Udvadia. Find him and get him. I searched for Dr. Udvadia. He was a great doctor. I met him. He said, get me the ladies' reports. I told Shah Rukh, send me reports. He sent them, but before Udvadia could give a prognosis, she died. He came back to Bombay at 4 in the morning, didn't tell me he's coming. I would have gone and picked him up. And he rings the bell of my house and says, now I want to do films.
After how many days?
Maybe a week, maybe 10 days.
And then?
Big bags this time, not small bags. So he said, my mother wanted me to do films. So I want to now do it in respect to her wishes. Okay. No, I won't come in. Let us now sit and create a film now. So we went to the trattoria, the president. In those days, we could smoke at hotels, in restaurants. And the whole germ of Raju started there. But understand one thing, it was a very tough relationship. I was not there to give him a film. I had to give him a career. You put someone in a film, the film flops, the man still doesn't have a career. So I had to, and in the process, I learned the business. I had to create a strategy. I made him meet Rakesh Roshan, Rajiv Mehra, with whom I had already done Gavahi. Hema ji called up. And the logic was that he will do big films. And we used to sit at, in those days it was the Holiday Inn. And there was a Sea Rock. हम लोग Sea Rock में बैठते थे. सुबह प्राणलाल मेहता का डबिंग शुरू हुआ करता था, स्टूडियो प्रतिमा. काफ़ी फिल्म स्टार्स वहाँ डबिंग के लिए आते थे. Near the swimming pool at. We used to sit there and other friends, Rahul Roy, Sumit Sehgal, they used to meet him and say, what kind of shit are you doing? Avinash Vadhan said, I'm doing 4 solo films, 5 solo films. He used to question me. I said, they're all solo films. Your films are sold. Not because of you. Rakesh Roshan doesn't need a Shah Rukh Khan to sell his film. He's got Jackie Shroff right after Tridev, right after Parinda, right after Ramlakh. And he's Rakesh Roshan. Hema Malini is able to sell a film because there's Jitendra, there's Mithun Chakrabarti, there's Dimple, there's Amrita. Rajiv Mehra is FC Mehra's son. Eagle Films has regular distributors for all their films for the last 40 years. So you have now got 3 films in your pocket which are sold. Your 4th, 5th and 6th films will sell. Now we can make Raju Ban Ke Gentleman. Then I went back to GPCP.
So those 3 films were?
Dil Ashna Hai, Hema, King Uncle Rakesh Roshan and Chamatkar Rajiv Mehra.
And then you went for Raju.
Raju was ready. But how do you shoot a film which no one's going to buy? I am really not concerned. I'm not a creative person. I have to understand that the film will get sold.
Yeah, ready in terms of script, story.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then I went back to GPCP and I said, ये करना है, इसे मुझे नहीं करनी है. तुम सलमान को लेके आओ, दूसरी पिक्चर सलमान के साथ करो, मैं फन करूँगा. मैंने कहा ठीक है, मेरे साथ हिसाब करो, पत्थर के फूल पर मुझे पैसे दो, मैं बनाऊँगा. But there was no wisdom in that. I needed Sippy Films Presents on Raju. ताकि शाहरुख का एक औधा जो इंडस्ट्री में वो हो जाए. एंड आई हैड ऑलरेडी टोल्ड राकेश रोशन एंड हेमा जी के जीपीसीपी की नेक्स्ट फिल्म ये कर रहा है. सो आई नीडेड टू हैव जीपीसीपी ऑन बोर्ड राजू. इन द मीन टाइम वी हैड ऑलरेडी सेट अप आतिश फॉर संजय गुप्ता, which Vijay CP wanted to produce. But I managed to persuade CP Saab by not taking any of the money that was due to me on Patthar Ke Phool. I put that into Raju. So he had a GPCP film, he had a Rakesh Roshan film, he had a Hema Malini film, he had Eagle films. 4 of the biggest banners of the industry were in his pocket. Isko bolte hain strategy.
You were not tempted to work with Salman again after Patthar Ke Phool?
I wasn't.
Why? Till date?
See, I cannot work where there is liquor. I cannot work जहाँ लोग दारू पीते हैं, indiscipline के साथ काम करते हैं, मैं नहीं कर सकता. सलमान जो है, संजय लीला बंसाली वाला सलमान अगर मुझे मिले तो मैं करूँ. सूरज बरजात्या वाला सलमान अगर मुझे मिले तो मैं करूँ. क्योंकि with them, सलमान is completely disciplined, top professional, he gives them their best. अगर मैं सलमान के साथ काम करूँगा, I would like to give him the best film ever.
So with others, you mean he is different?
With the others, he is in control. आदित्य चोपड़ा, संजय बंसाली, सूरज बरजात्या, ये कुछ प्रोड्यूसर्स हैं जो सलमान के नाम के साथ अपनी पिक्चर नहीं बनाते. उनको वही प्राइस, वही रिस्पेक्ट मिलता क्योंकि वो बहुत बड़े बैनर्स हैं.
उनको इंटरफेयर नहीं करने देते.
They don't need Salman the star.
Correct.
They need Salman the actor.
So you are basically telling me,
When I get Salman the actor, I will work with him.
you're basically telling me also that you don't want interference.
No. I don't want indiscipline. Interference is one thing. Today I am a producer. आप अगर डायरेक्टर के साथ बैठ के आप लोग 10 चीज चेंज करते हैं तो करो. पिक्चर इतने में बनी है, इतने में बिकी है, इतना प्रॉफिट है, वो तो है ही ना. अब तुम जितना भी इंटरफियर करोगे मुझे उसमें कोई दिक्कत
नहीं. मैं ये सवाल इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ क्योंकि you said Salman is in control there.
That means he can come at 4 o'clock for a 9 o'clock shoot. Not acceptable. You want to change things, you come at 7, sit with the director, change whatever you want. Change your dialogues, change your costume. Interference, no argument.
Did he change his dialogues? Did he change his costume in Patthar Ke Phool?
He could not. His baap was sitting there, Salim Khan, who had written the script. And Salim Saab was very fond of me and Anant Baladi. So even though we had our differences, especially when सलमान बहुत बड़ा स्टार बन गया और दूसरी पिक्चर भी साइन कर चुका था, तो लास्ट में थोड़ा सा डेट्स का प्रॉब्लम हुआ था. बट इट वाज माइनर क्योंकि जीपीसीबी की पिक्चर थी. सो विथ पत्थर की फूल देयर वाज नो डिफरेंस. वी कैन डू दिस. टॉक टू राइटर. आप और राइटर बैठ के जो डिस्कस करें मैं हाँ बोलूँगा, मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. सो व्हेन यू हैड अ राइटर ऑफ द स्टैचर ऑफ सलीम, and Salman was not Salman then. He was on his way.
So you mean to say he tried?
He tried. Can we do it this way? And they were not bad suggestions. But when Salim was there as a writer, my attitude was go to Salim Sahib if he is agreeable. Because I had heard that Salim and Javed would not allow one word of their script to be changed, even if it was Sholay. सलीम जावेद की स्क्रिप्ट चेंज नहीं होती थी, एक शब्द भी चेंज नहीं होता था. You have to respect the stature of the giant.
That's why the film succeeded. All their films
Yeah.
succeeded.
All their films succeed.
Almost. I mean, of course, they had their
Iman Dharam,
Iman Dharam there.
Akhida. Very, but that is the law of averages. When you sat with Salim Sahib on a one-to-one, घर में, and you went through a scene, you would actually think and say, ये हो सकता है क्या? He was not rigid. But if anybody goes and says, साहब ये scene change करेंगे, ये से शोले आपने लिखा क्या मैंने लिखी? So there was a seniority which we all respect. So there were things that any young actor would have tried to do for the betterment. There was a couple of times I think he actually sat with Salim Saab and they made the changes. Why should I have any
At
problem?
home.
At home. Salim used to work from home, so even Anant and me used to meet him. But we would prefer to go to Salim Saab's home. Because खाना वहाँ इतना बेहतरीन था कि अगर आप थोड़ा सा स्क्रिप्ट में थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा लेट होते थे तो कहते थे हुजूर खाना खा के गए. The hospitality was something else. I was very fond of Salma auntie. I was very fond of Helen auntie. Sohail, Arbaz, Arpita. Arpita was a baby in those days. But those were good times. इंसान थे. आजकल लैपटॉप पे जो पिक्चरें बनती है ना वो नहीं था. हम लोग इंसान थे. लड़ते थे भी इंसान की तरह लड़ते थे. सर आई डोंट अग्री विद यू, इवन आई डोंट अग्री, तो बैठ के चेंज करो, सुधर जाता. ये नीडलेस 200 ईमेल हम एक दूसरे को नहीं भेज सकते, इंटरनेट था ही नहीं. And even those days, phones were very limited. You got a phone after 1 year of being waiting in line.
Have you gone to see Salim Khan in the hospital?
I met Helen auntie at Zareen Khan's funeral. I was very fond of Fardeen and Sundari auntie. I went to that funeral and I met Helen auntie. She said he's very sick. And I keep on meeting Arbaz and Sohail on and off. And they're very fond of me. I meet them at Joe Rajan's party. I meet them at some film premiere. So I will go to parties if they're friends. I will not go to filmy do's.
So how is Aziz Mirza doing?
He can't see very well. Age has taken its toll. He was already senior when we started his career 35 years ago with Raj.
Because you were very thick with him.
Still am. He picks up the phone and says, best producer, then I say, best director. We are very warm and we are very close to one another. His son Arun also. His daughter also. She's in Dubai now. तो हाँ, हम सबके साथ एक बहुत अच्छी दोस्ती है. I think 43 years में कोई ऐसी मेजर दुश्मनी नहीं हुई है.
So Vivek, you didn't feel the inclination to work with Aamir Khan? I mean, Shah Rukh se kiya, Salman se kiya.
I would love to work with Aamir Khan. Anytime, any place he calls me to work with him, either as an actor or as a producer, I will work with him. Kal aur parso, 2 दिन, in fact. I was at the Red Lorry Film Festival. I saw Lagan in the splendor of IMAX. And I saw Rang De Basanta. 2 such brilliant performances. And I had the opportunity to meet Aamir. I keep on bumping into him at various places. I met him at Opera House. We've gone to his daughter's play launch. So there's just been no opportunity. I did 2 films with Rajkumar Santoshi. I did Khaki with Akshay. And I did a film called Insan with Akshay and Ajay. And I told him, whenever you cast Aamir, because they'd done Andaz Apna Apna together. I said, whenever you cast Aamir, please give me a cameo, yaar. So of course I would love to work with Aamir. I think he's the only actor between the 3 Khans, not Shah Rukh, not Salman, who've given us legacy films. Rang De Basanti is a legacy film. Lagan is a legacy film. Tare Zameen Pe is a legacy film. Sarfarosh is a legacy film. Apart from the blockbusters, be it Gajani, be it Raja Hindustani, be it Rangila, be it Fana, Dil Chahta is a legacy film.
Do you think Aamir Khan is the man in the industry who has the best script sense?
Yes. Which may go wrong. Lansing Chadda went wrong.
Thugs of Hindustan.
Thugs of Hindustan was Aditya Chopra.
Yeah, but I mean, he did the film. He doesn't do the film.
Yeah.
I feel he doesn't like it.
You've just given a 300 crore Dhoom 3. You have a good relationship with Aamir. It's a film starring Amitabh Bachchan and Aamir Khan and Katrina Kaif. It's being directed by the director of Doom, Victor. You come and you say, we could do this with the script. They say, okay. We can do that with the script. Okay. As a proposal, who would say no? Not as a proposal in the filmy way, but as a film. But it didn't work. Lal Singh Chaddha didn't work. But he's missed very rarely. I can name only few films. Mangal Pandey didn't work. Thugs of Hindustan didn't work. Lal Singh Chaddha didn't work. And then pre-Dil, a lot of films didn't work, but that was when he was sorting his head. But Dil hai ke manta nahi, Rangila, Raja Hindustani, Sarfarosh, Gajani, Dil Chahta Hai. He just kept on Fana. He kept on giving hits. And a lot of them are legacy hits.
You worked with him as an actor in Andaz Apna. My question was that aren't you inclined to make a film as a producer with Aamir Khan?
I am right now a teacher and I train kids. I will be involved with most films now when my kids make films as their consultant, as their squadron leader. But if I had the kind of script that requires an Aamir Khan, I would go to him and I would do it.
Let's hear about Raveena Tandon, the girl whom you brought into the industry with that superb musical film, Patthar Ke Phool.
So basically, once Salim Saab gave us the script and we got Salman on board. And then after this happened, I got GPCP on board as my funder. The deal was very clear. You will get a percentage of the profit, nothing upfront. We will handle the payments on the set, CP Films. And you will fulfill your deal because it will say produced by Viveck Vaswani. Which at some point GPCP requested me to change to co-produced by Viveck Vaswani. But with the credit block, GPCP on top, Vivek on the middle. Which is okay because co-producing the man who's made Sholay was no becoming lesser. It was okay. In fact, half the audio CDs that were made are produced by, and the next lot that was made are co-produced by. So that's okay. Sippy Saab and me had a very fine relationship. After that, we didn't have a heroine. तो अनंत और मैं बैठे थे एक पहली बार लिंकिंग रोड पे एक हैमबर्गर जॉइंट खुला था हैमबर्गर्स एंड मिल्क शेक्स आई थिंक इट वाज कॉल्ड द इन प्ले आई डोंट रिमेंबर सम बट वी न्यू एक्ट हम लोग अंदर जाके बैठे कॉफी ऑर्डर किया एंड ही सॉ दिस गर्ल सिटिंग देयर ही सेड विवेक आवर किरण इज दैट गर्ल द स्किन टोन द आईज यही है मैंने देखा बहुत ही खूबसूरत लड़की थी मैंने कहा मैं जाके पूछ लूंगा कैसे मैंने कहा जाके पूछ लो क्या है ना बोलेगी ना थप्पड़ मारेगी ना तो आई वेंट एंड शी लुक्ड एट मी एंड आई सेड माय नेम इज विवेक वासवानी मैं एक फिल्म बना रहा हूँ पत्थर के फूल और उसमें हीरो है सलमान खान और मैं आपको हीरोइन इस फिल्म में लेना चाहता हूँ शी हैड सम गर्लफ्रेंड्स दे वर लाफिंग आई सेड ये मैं करना चाहता हूँ then she looks at me and she smiles and she says you don't recognize me I don't recognize you she says think I'm Raveena, Raj Tandon's sister. Now, Rajiv Tandon, Ravi Tandon's son, and Abhinav Chaturvedi were great friends. जब अभिनव बॉम्बे में आया था मेरे साथ रह रहा था बिकॉज ऑफ नई दिशाएं तो आई यूज्ड टू गो टू मीट राज अभिनव और मैं बैठते थे और वहाँ पे एक लड़की थी चश्मा पहनी हुई हाउ डू आई कनेक्ट दिस ब्यूटिफुल गर्ल सिटिंग विथ राजीव टंडन सिस्टर आई सेड योर राजेश सिस्टर I used to see you in the house. She said, but you never used to look like this. So she said, no, I'm working in Genesis now with Prarat Kakkar. I'm doing production. Come and meet my dad. अब राजीव टंडन की बहन है तो रात को मैंने राजीव को फ़ोन किया मैं कल आ रहा हूँ आपसे मिलना है तो मैं राजीव से मिला राजीव and me were friends. He knew I had made गवाही. He knew I had made नई दिशाएं with अभिनव चतुर्वेदी. तो इसे आओ पापा से मिल लो तो मैं रवि अंकल से मिला मैंने कहा जीपीसीपी साहब है पिक्चर में और सर मैं जीपीसीपी साहब से मिलूंगा करो तो बोथ ऑफ अस वेंट एंड मेट सीपी साहब एंड ही मेट रवीना एंड देन ही सैट विद रवि टंडन एंड सेड आई लाइक योर डॉटर वी विल साइन बट वी विल साइन 3 फिल्म कॉन्ट्रैक्ट और हम पहली फिल्म में 50,000 देंगे So he was fine. It was GPCP after. तो he said लेकिन बाद में देखिए, तो he said don't argue with me. मैंने राजेश खन्ना को लॉन्च किया. He had Raz and let us shake hands. So they shook hands. And after that, I met her mother, Veena auntie. In fact, her name is a combination of her father and mother's name, Ravi and Veena, so Raveena. And it was great fun. Those hoop earrings that she brought became a cult. What I did not know was that she was very good at dancing. That's why we did a whole solo song. एक skating rink पे एक very राज कपूर स्टाइल पर्दे हवा में स्केट्स पे आजा आजा. आई थिंक पत्थर के फूल का बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन स्क्रिप्ट के अलावा सलीम साहब के अलावा वाज द म्यूजिक. इट इज़ द म्यूजिक दैट हैज मेड सलमान एंड रवीना इनटू स्टार्स. उसके बाद आई मेड राजू बन गए जेंटलमैन अगेन सिप्पी साहब. देन आई मेड सराखों पर अगेन सिप्पी साहब. बट आई नेवर kept on getting money. It kept on building up. Then he died, so I never got any money. But ठीक है, what had to happen had to happen. और इन काफ़ी पिक्चरों में आनंद बलानी, विनय जैन, संजय गद्दी, संजय गुप्ता, रवीना टंडन, शाहरुख खान, जतिन ललित, ज्ञान सहाय, दिलीप जोशी. आई थिंक देयर वाज अ होल बंच ऑफ पीपल हु गॉट करियर्स. उसके बाद मैं संजय गद्दी के साथ बैठते थे. संजय गद्दी का एक बहुत अच्छा दोस्त था सुनील हंसराज, जुगल हंसराज का छोटा भाई था. जुगल हंसराज उसका छोटा भाई था. तो सुनील वाज CFO at यशराज. He took Sanjay to Yashraj and he did मेरे यार की शादी. He did Dhoom. He did Dhoom 2. Sanjay Gupta became a very big director after Atish. Ashutosh Gawari का room I had cast in Gawai became a very big director after Lagat. तो maybe वो पारस पत्थर यहाँ है. So I'm very happy.
That Midas touch.
Midas touch. I don't know. I just think that if your heart is clean, even when a lot of students meet me and they say, do something for me, I say, I can only do for you what I did for Shah Rukh or what I did for anybody else, is tell you how the business works. Learn the business. Learn that Shah Rukh was not a product of anything else except a strategy of becoming saleable. I put him in a position where you could make choices. So you have to be in a position where you can make a choice, otherwise you'll be frustrated. It's really frustrating. And it is frustrating. Now today, I can understand of all people. Kafi log, my mother has helped a lot of her relatives. They've stayed with us. Shah Rukh has stayed with us. It's very difficult to stay in somebody else's house. किसी के घर में बैठना, खाना खाना, कपड़े पहनना एक बोझ होता है. So I could never fight with Shah Rukh because it's my house. It's like taking advantage. So whenever I have the upper hand on someone, I have to put that upper hand out and I have to take the lower hand. Today, if I'm launching another actor and we are talking and there's an argument, I can't take the upper hand and say I'm right.
You can't say that I am the boss.
I can't say I'm the boss. I can't, मतलब वो जो एहसान है ना, उसको मैं जता नहीं सकता. कभी जिंदगी में नहीं किया, ना करूँगा. I can't, it's not the right way to be a human being.
That will be taking undue advantage of the person.
खामखा. उसमें कामयाबी तो आएगी नहीं. So I can take a Shah Rukh Khan to Rakesh Roshan. I can't make Rakesh Roshan give him work.
You were instrumental in Shah Rukh getting duplicate.
Yeah, very much.
But Shah Rukh was not keen to work with Mahesh Bhatt.
Yeah.
This is a little surprising to me. I read he said somewhere that, or you said somewhere that he was saying that my type of films don't match with his type of films or something like that.
At all, I don't know. I never said that. Bhatt Saab is someone I respect and we get along very well. No, but I'll tell you what happened.
He said that maybe to you.
Karan Johar called me and said, Dharma Productions का बहुत crisis चल रहा है. गुमराह had flopped. गुमराह से पहले अग्निपथ had flopped. दुनिया had flopped. मुकद्दर का फैसला had flopped. शायद महेश भट्ट के साथ कोई बात हुई थी यश जोहर की. तो he said, will you talk to my father? I talked to Yash uncle. And I remember that his people had come and started dismantling my set in Nair Farm because they were shooting Gumrah the next day. I was shooting with Shah Rukh and Amrita for that song, Tu Mere Saath Saath. He came in the night at 3 o'clock and stopped them He said ये वासवानी का सेट है, जब तक इसका पैकअप नहीं होगा तब तक तुम लोग हाथ नहीं लगाओगे इसको से. यंग प्रोड्यूसर का ये मतलब नहीं. I went and said, thank you. Yes, Johar was a man that we all respect. So I talked to Yashji. He said, see, Mahesh Bhatt said he will do next film after that, after Gumrah, free. But give him Shah Rukh Khan. Can you ask Shah Rukh? I'll ask.
Who wanted Shah Rukh Khan? Was it Yashji
But Saab.
or was it Bhatt Saab?
But Saab said Shah Rukh ko lao. Subsequently, they did Chahat together with Pooja Bhatt, Nasiruddin Shah and Shah Rukh. So I don't think there was any major problem. But so next day, I remember Shah Rukh was shooting at Mehboob Studios. My production manager was Anwar. Anwar had been with me from Nayi Dishaएं onwards. And I had given Anwar to Shah Rukh कि तुम Shah Rukh का काम संभालो. So I went there. I told Anwar I want to meet Shah Rukh. So normally people weren't allowed and I went straight and I said, you have to do me a favor. He said, I'll do. I said, you have to do Yash Johar's next. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Okay. But once he met Yash Johar, not only did he agree to doing duplicate on merit, and it was his first double role, and favorite Juhi, Sonali Belze, Javed Akhtar was writing the lyrics. I think he and Yashji became friends for life. Because after that, he did Kuch Kuch Hota Hai for Dharma. He did Kabhi Kushi Kabhi Gum for Dharma. And Yashji was instrumental in setting up the whole project of Fir Bhi Dil Hai Hindustani. His name is right there. Even after Yashji died, Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, My Name is Khan, various films. A lot of co-productions with Dharma and Red Chilies. तो एक दोस्ती जो थी started with Yash Johar sir. Shah Rukh was shooting in New York. I happened to be there. I met Shah Rukh on the set of Kal Ho Na. And I went inside and had a cigarette with Yash Johar. Halfway through the cigarette, he said, I have cancer. I said, Yashji, you should not be smoking. He said, Aadha cigarette hai, khatam karni. That was my last meeting with Yashji in New York. He died very soon after. I went to the funeral. He was a good man. Even if he had called me up and said, I'm doing some rubbish third-class action film, I want Shah Rukh, I would have taken the offer to Shah Rukh. And made sure, kare nahi kare, they would have met.
How has your experience been, Vivek, in the industry? Why I ask you this question is because you made a certain statement in the recent past that there are some decent beings who exist in this industry. Let's not paint this industry as a bad one. And that statement of yours stemmed from your opinion on Aryan Khan's Badass of Bollywood, where you thought that they have painted, the father and son have painted Bollywood as a bad world.
No, it was my personal opinion, specifically aimed at Shah Rukh. He was treated like a king in my house. My mother, my father looked after him. I looked after him. खाना साथ में खाते थे, पिक्चर साथ में देखते थे, talk, go with him on the set. तो my observation was कि जब Shah Rukh has seen, and Aziz Mirza, Aziz gave him his house to stay. Aziz's wife Nirmala was like his mother, just like my mother was his mother. Saeed Mirza, Renu Saluja, Sudhir Mishra, all the people associated with circus. Karan Johar's father, Yash Johar. Aditya Chopra's father, Yash Chopra. All of them, without exception, have treated Shah Rukh like a king. He has come into the industry with a golden spoon. Why does he think that it's a bad industry?
Maybe his later experiences.
I wouldn't know. But it is my honest opinion that if you're going to show एक औरत को आप दिखा रहे हैं जो एक डायरेक्टर लात मार के उसको गिराता है, ये कभी मैंने देखा नहीं है इंडस्ट्री में. मैंने ऐसे इविल लोगों को देखा नहीं है ना. या मेरी गलती है कि मैं जो है शूटिंग करके कफ परेड चले जाता हूँ. मैं एक दूसरी दुनिया में रहता हूँ. मैं बॉलीवुड में नहीं रहता हूँ. तो बॉलीवुड की जो एक गंदगी है जो होगी, या बॉलीवुड का एक इविल साइड जो है जो होगा, मैंने कभी देखा नहीं है. लेकिन जब शाहरुख मेरे साथ रह रहा था तो उसने भी कभी देखी नहीं. हम लोग अगर जाते थे रात को तो पिक्चर देखते थे, रेजिडेंट होटल में बैठ के स्क्रिप्ट डिस्कस करते थे.
लेकिन आप ऐसा क्यों नहीं सोचते हैं कि उनके लेटर एक्सपीरियंसेस ऐसे रहे होंगे, which I said earlier?
हाँ होगा, but by the time he became a star,
Maybe these are not his personal experiences. Maybe he has seen others being treated in this way.
ठीक है, he has seen others being treated this way, but you have not, no? So why have you painted everyone black? There are decent people in the industry. If you are making something called the Bollywood and you're showing the dark side, fair. But let there be a Yash Chopra in that, who's been decent. Let there be a Yash Johar in that. Let there be a Viveck Vaswani who helps people all along. Let there be good people.
Also, to show the
Also.
correct mix, that's what you're saying.
But obviously you wanted to make a film which focused on the darker side of Bollywood, which I think is fine.
I'm not playing the devil's advocate here, but it is possible that this was Aryan's perspective and the father had no option but
I'm
to
very
back it
clear.
and promote it.
I'm very clear that this was Aryan's baby. There are certain things that could only have been shot with a young person perspective. It's definitely Aryan's baby. But I don't understand why we have exaggerated the evil part of the industry. And it's been exaggerated. And not shown the good side. That much.
Any other scene which troubled you? In particular, like the one...
No, I thought a lot of it was very funny. I thought Aamir and Rajamouli having a serious discussion about idli and bada was very funny. I thought the relationship with the mother was very, very well done. I thought the boy's relationship with Manoj Pava was... I didn't think there was any problem with the industry. I also empathized with the Bobby Deol character. I have seen older superstars who are like that. My attitude is, when you showed his son in around with a servant, you were showing a perspective on rich kids. That is not the industry. I had no argument with that either. But in my industry, which is my Karam Bhumi, which for the last 45 years, the bread I'm eating has come from this industry. And because of me eating the bread of this industry, you were given a small part of my house and my heart to stay. Don't piss on it. And it's not about Aryan and Shah Rukh. Anyone who fools around with my country and my profession, Karam Bhumi or Janam Bhumi, I will come down heavily. It is the same Aryan who was accused in some drug case. I was the only one who stood up and shouted against everybody and said, he's a child. You cannot pass judgment on a boy.
I argue this further. You said that a relationship with a servant, a physical relationship, wasn't there one where Shiny Ahuja got embroiled in a controversy of a similar
So
kind?
that's why I said I had no argument with it. You can show rich kids doing what they want. Shiny Ahuja also did. I'm sure that there is a lot of evil in the industry. I'm not arguing with that. I'm saying there is also good. Show me that balance.
You have a very special relationship with Hansal Mehta. Scam brought you all very close and
No.
I guess you're a food buddies.
We have a club called the Foodie Wizard Club and we meet, at least we used to meet before lockdown, we used to meet and we used to eat and drink exclusive, unusual food. Hansal Mehta बहुत अच्छा खाना बनाता है, मटन बहुत अच्छा बनाता है, प्रॉन पुलाव बहुत अच्छा बनाता है, करण अंशुमन की बीवी जो है बहुत अच्छे डिजर्ट्स बनाती है, हमारे एक एड फिल्म मेकर दोस्त है अमित मेहरा, उसकी बीवी असमीज है, बहुत आउटस्टैंडिंग खाना बनाती है, दिव्या दत्ता आती थी राजमा बना के.
आपको पूरी लिस्ट मालूम है, आप बहुत बड़े फूडी हैं.
बहुत बड़ी फूडी है. 80 लोगों का जो एक वो था, हम लोग एक दूसरे के घर में बैठ के खाना खाते थे. तो हंसल और मेरा जो एक रिश्ता है वहां से स्टार्ट हुआ. फिर सारे फूडी बुजर्ग क्लब ने शायद देखी पिक्चर, शायद he had a trial show and I told him, I said, Hansal, this is your first film, पीछे भूल जाओ, ये आपकी पहली पिक्चर है. And we became friends. We used to eat together, drink together during Foodie Bazaar. And I had gone to meet him with somebody on the scam set. He looked at me and said, "Will you do a cameo for me?" I said, "Yes." Next day, Jay Mehta ने मुझे phone किया. He said, "ये थोड़ा सा बोला है. Do you want money?" I said, "No." But I enjoyed it and it's become very memorable cameo.
Yeah, you did it very well.
And I will tell you a strange story है. The character that I played, SBI का chairman, गोइपोरिया, the real गोइपोरिया, उसका जो बेटा था, वो मेरे साथ स्कूल में था क्लास में.
आप किसको नहीं जानते हैं?
सबको जानता हूँ, करेक्ट स्कूल में था. So yes, गोइपोरिया, he's dead now. He died of cancer a few years ago. But I remember his father, so I tried to play him like the real गोइपोरिया. तो शायद वो रोल एक्चुअली हो चुका था, लेकिन स्कैम में जो एक ensemble कास्ट थी, वो इतनी पिच परफेक्ट थी. चाहे वो रजत कपूर था, चाहे वो अनंत महादेवन था, चाहे वो खुद प्रतीक गांधी हिमसेल्फ, सतीश कौशिक, वेरियस. तो even me, even though it was a small cameo, every role stood out. निखिल द्विवेदी stood out. अमजद खान की बेटी थे, he stood out. So I think he's a great director.
Nikhil and Amjad San were very good.
Everybody was very good. He is very good with casting. And the amount of work that he's doing now after Scam, it's suiting him because he's young, he's handsome, he started wearing mod clothes. He must be my age or a little older only, but he's doing work like a 20-year-old, as I am.
You fought the big C and won. You have had syndromes also, like thalassemia.
I have
if I'm
had
not wrong.
hypothyroidism since I was born. And I have also had thalassemia minor.
Hyperthyroidism.
जहाँ पे आपका thyroid काम नहीं करता है. Now, thyroid is the one that actually allows your food to digest. Otherwise, it just sits in your stomach and it rots. और वो uric acid बन जाता है, जो आपके घुटनों में, आपके पैरों में. So you need artificial thyroxine. A lot of people have it. They take their thyroxine and they live, like I am. But I also had thalassemia minor. जहाँ पे there were certain things I needed to eat. Protein, high iron, phosphorus, fish, spinach. Those things are not very good when you have hypothyroidism because there is no digestion. So all my life I've been balancing syndromes. My gallbladder was cancerous years ago. I had to take it off. So I've been fighting a lot of... So basically all the work that I'm doing and all the things that I'm doing with my mental engineering, not with my physical energy. I have no physical energy. I have willed myself against all odds. Even recently मुझे cancer हो गया था vocal cord का. We had the surgery, we took out the tumor, but it was malignant, cancerous. To prevent the spread, I had to go through 42 cycles of radiation, which I did, and I was teaching every day while I was doing it. You can't take it seriously, it's only cancer. Seriously.
You are now completely fine.
I am.
And free from the big C.
Yeah, from the big C, yeah. But now there are other syndromes because of the thyroidism. There is neuropathy. I'm living with it. I've been living in it all my life now for 65 years. And sadly so, because a lot of my friends have just died being far healthier than I am. Amen. I'm lucky, God's good child.
You also mentored Mukul Dev, somebody whom we tragically lost about a year ago, if I'm not wrong. What happened to Mukul?
I was not in touch with him in the last few years, though whenever we talked on the phone, he was very, very pleasant and very, very warm. I'm close to his brother Rahul Dev also. I think there were problems. He was divorced. I think there was liquor. I'm not too sure how he died. But he was 10 years younger than me. Maybe more. So it was a shock. It was a big shock. But yes, I took him to Eagle Films. The way they gave Chamatkar to Shah Rukh, they gave Killa to Mukul Dev with Dilip Kumar.
But that never got made.
Got made. I was released.
Released, okay.
Dilip Kumar, Rekha, Mukul Dev, Mamta Kulkar. And then I gave him for Kya Kehna, but they replaced him with Saif, which gave Saif a new lease of life.
Why did they replace Mukul?
He didn't turn up on the set. तो रमेश तौरानी ने मुझे फ़ोन करके बोला, विवेक जी, आपका दोस्त है, लेकिन we cannot have that. रात को सैफ के पास जाके तय कर दिया.
पहले दिन ही.
That was sad.
That was such a big opportunity.
But he did Mere Do Anmol Ratan with Ravi Shankar. Then he did Vajood with Nana Patekar and Madhuri Dixit for N. Chandra. A lot of prestigious films. Lot of prestigious.
Any interactions with Amitabh Bachchan? You know everybody. Anytime you had the opportunity to, you almost worked with him.
No, I didn't almost work with him, but I did work with him, but not on camera. His company, Jayaji's company, Saraswati Audiovisuals, they were producing Lehre in those days. And I used to host Lehre. So I used to have regular briefings with Amitabh Bachchan on the tone of how I would host, how I would interview. So those were very memorable meetings I used to have with Amitabh ji and with Jayaji. So of course I have interacted with him. I had the opportunity of working with Rajesh Khanna in Aab Log Chale and Rishi Kapoor. Asha Parekh in Sar Aankhon Par, Shami Kapoor. I've been lucky.
How was it working with Rajesh Khanna? You said you can't tolerate people who come late.
He was always on time.
Aab Lord Chale mein, he was always on time.
He used to sit in the night and drink with Rishi Kapoor and Ranveer Kapoor. Whiskey was there.
Common friend.
I was pasted by Rishi Kapoor because once मैंने उसकी whiskey के glass में prune juice पिया, purple color का. So he saw the prune juice, he said, "Get out, how can you do this?"
There's a very interesting backstory there with Rishi and Ranveer. Because if you know, राजेश खन्ना को राज कपूर ने सत्यम शिवम में कास्ट कर लिया था. एंड देन घर में उनको बोला गया कि आपके पास इतने हीरोज बैठे हैं,
क्यों ले रहे हो?
क्यों ले रहे हो?
तो शशि कपूर आ गए उसमें.
Yeah. You know this, right?
I know.
There was a party which they were having and he was supposed to announce Rajesh Khanna's name at a party. And then he went to Kakaji's house early and Raj Kapoor told Kakaji that, boss, I cannot take you in this film.
There was a time when they were close rivals because Rishi Kapoor's first heroine was Dimple and she married Rajesh Khanna. Then when she made a comeback after divorcing Rajesh Khanna, it was again with Rishi Kapoor and Sagar. So there's been a history.
And the same Ranveer and Rishi went to his house.
Went to his house personally. I remember that, he told me.
Convince him to work for Aab Lord Chale.
And he did.
Krishna ji intervened to tell Rajesh Khanna.
But he was very good on the set.
Raj Kapoor की ख्वाहिश थी आपसे काम करने की.
He was very good. We all stayed in the same Lexington hotel. I had a room, Rajesh Khanna had a suite. रात को शाम को सब बैठ के खाना खाते थे. रणधीर कपूर is not a producer, he's a host. खाना खिलाता था दिल से. वो आरके में भी करते हैं. So I think I've been lucky. Cancer, deaths.
Are you in touch with Ranveer Kapoor?
Oh yeah. Not recently because he's got a health problem, but very, very close. He and me are very good buddies. I used his portrait in Dhula Mil Gaya to play Fardeen's father.
Yeah.
I went to him, I said, "मैं लूँ, ले लो." ले ली. So, yeah.
You can imitate people.
Oh, yeah. Rajiv Kapoor was in my class in Campion. He died.
That was a very, very sad death.
And this is what I'm saying. So many of them have gone. We should be grateful we are alive. Health problems and all. मैं तो थोड़ा सा हेल्थ के साथ केयरलेस हूँ ही. जंक फूड खाता हूँ. ठीक है.
Anybody you can imitate now for us?
I can imitate GP Sippy very, very well, bloody. देखो Mr. Viveck Vaswani, you are making a film with great deal of dignity. I said, thank you, Sippy Saab. I didn't mean as compliment, bloody. Sex Specs Tandois mein. So we used to have those kind of fun meetings. But at the end of the day, he said, देखो, producer तुम हो. You will be the boss. He never around with the edit. He never wanted to see anything. He had complete faith. We had a very good relationship. Unfortunately, my Raju Banya Gentleman rolled over to Patthar Ke Phool money wise. That rolled over to Sar Aankhon Par. By the time the time came for me to take the return on 3 major movies in the prime of my life, he was already dead. So otherwise I would have been a trillionaire.
How about imitating Shah Rukh Khan?
I can't imitate Shah Rukh. I don't think anybody can imitate Shah Rukh. Except that he speaks as fast as I do. Maybe faster.
Salman?
These are not imitatable. In the old days, we could imitate them. They had distinct styles. At least Johnny Saab could imitate all of them. I could only imitate those people who I interacted with.
So give us a couple more.
I have no clue.
Rajesh Khanna, Rishi Kapoor.
No. Rishi Kapoor was not in. He used to shout at you. That's all. He used to shout. Hello. Don't you say good morning to your seniors? Good morning, sir. Next day I go to him and say, it's good morning. He says, what's so good about the market? So he continues, but a very, very genuinely good heart, Rishi Kapoor. When he saw that there was 10 days free in New York, he said, here's the money, go visit your brother in Texas and come. Unfortunately, my brother had already sent me a ticket, so I couldn't take the $300. So I didn't take it. I should have taken it. In those days, $300, it would have been a fortune to me.
So why was Rishi Kapoor so moody?
He was born like that, as Neetuji says. He's moody. Once you accept that he moody aadmi hai, you can get along with him perfectly. When he doesn't talk, you don't talk. But with the good people, he was very good. With me, he was excellent. I think he was fond of most people. He was very fond of Akshay Khanna. Aap lot chale. You could make out कि विनोद खन्ना का बेटा है, मैं थोड़ा सा एक paternal type feeling देखते. He was continuously aggravated with Ranveer.
Why?
Because he's my son, so I have to be aggravated with him. Never angry, only aggravated. What are you doing? Well, stand here like that. Chirchira. So he was like that with everybody. So
And Ranbir used to get upset?
No, he was used to it since he was born. He used to laugh. He used to say, see Vivek, he's going to shout at me again. Just let me stand here. See? We went and saw plays together. Satish Kaushik, Ranbir, me, Hemani. There was a whole cast there. Half of us were free half the time. Picture hi dekhte the, plays dekhte the.
Any other senior actor you can throw some anecdotes?
Asha Parekh and Shami Kapoor during Salankho Par. You could still see how gracefully they respected one another. She was his first heroine. And since Salankho Par was his last film, she was also his last heroine. But very gracious. And then she cast me in one Dal Mein Kala show. And as a producer, she used to be in complete control. Shami auntie used to come to her. I was very fond of her also. She acted in Kawai, she didn't take any money.
Amitabh Bachchan?
You see, you must give a lot of dignity to the way you talk. Yes. But very charming man, very courteous. I have not seen Mr. Amitabh Bachchan get aggravated with anybody.
Have you seen Jaya Bachchan aggravated?
I see YouTube aggravation all the time.
Yeah, I was just coming to that. Has she always been like that?
No.
पहले नहीं थी ऐसे.
Arey, she was a superstar. Jaya Bachchan has only given hits. She gave Ranbir Kapoor hits, Jawani Diwani. She gave Manoj Kumar Shore.
Yes, but
She
how
gave
was,
Jitendra. She was phenomenal. And
but how was her nature?
very sweet.
Then what happened?
I don't know, maybe over time. Maybe she wasn't acting too much, so she had more time. But with her close friends, Dimple, Abu Jani, Sandeep Khosla, she's very charming. I think what has happened is that she is continuously aggravated by the paparazzi. Now, once or twice she got aggravated, so they started understanding how to press her buttons. So they do that and she gets aggravated. It's now become a game between them. I don't think it's serious. I also think that on Parliament, the points she makes are very valid. जो जया बच्चन वो पार्लियामेंट में बोलती है वो एक बहुत ही वैलिड पॉइंट्स होती है बट शी पुट्स देम अक्रॉस लाइक अ स्कूल टीचर आधे लोग एग्रेवेट हो जाते हैं सो आई थिंक तरीका भी एक इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ होता है बट अदरवाइज अचीवमेंट वाइज इफ यू लुक एट हर एंड हर हस्बैंड एट दिस एज द मैन इज डूइंग मोर वर्क देन मोस्ट ऑफ द न्यू किड्स टुडे टीवी भी कर रहा है कौन बनेगा सिनेमा भी कर रहा है एड्स भी कर रहा है एंडोर्समेंट्स भी कर रहा है फिजिकल पर्सनल अपीयरेंसेस भी कर रहा है.
You enjoyed doing khaki a lot, I remember.
I did.
You tell a lot of your friends.
Oh, Rajkumar Santoshi was
Akshay Kumar.
very fond of food. तो lunch break में अच्छा एक सीन था.
Confrontation था.
अक्षय और मेरा. It was Akshay's introduction scene in the film. I thought आधे दिन में चले जाऊंगा 2 दिन हो गए. मैंने कहा ठीक है. खाना भी आता था पाया निहारी we used to eat. And Santoshi Saab used to allow you to improvise and he caught it at the right time. As a director, Akshay was very good to work with. Those 2 days on Khaki were great fun, and that one scene, जो अक्षय और मैंने किया था, it's become a highlight of the film. It's become a meme. It's become I don't know what. Good. So how many people have you seen who are still relevant after being in the industry for 45 years? I'm still teaching. I'm still talking about ticket sales. I'm still talking about the price of tickets and why they should be lowered. I'm still part of committees. I'm still a panelist at places like Waves and Mami. Obviously, my thinking is not 1962 when I was born, but 2028, which has not come yet.
It is 2026, definitely, because you are still not married. Today, if you ask any youngster, he says, "Mujhe shaadi nahi karni." I mean, let's say most of the young people. How is it that Viveck Vaswani was never rumored to have romanced anybody? Was the media sleeping? How is it that Viveck Vaswani never got married?
Because Viveck Vaswani's friends, girls, affairs, whatever, never went beyond Bandra. I'm a very private person. Campion School, Cathedral School, Cuff Parade. I used to come do my work in the industry and go back to town. I was never a suburbanite. I don't go to their parties. So my friendships, such as they are even today, they've always been South Bombay. And the press doesn't have that much time to waste following around one unimportant person called Viveck Vaswani just to see who he's sleeping with. And the truth of the matter is that there were, right through my childhood, health issues, whether it was thalassemia minor, whether it was gallbladder, whether it was various things. So I realized very much that my first love and my last love, my passion and my life, my wife and my mistress is cinema. The second important problem is that I need my silence. I work in an industry which is crowded and there's noise all the time. Talking. I'm a teacher. There are students. I'm on the set. There are people asking me. When I reach home, those few hours, I don't want to talk. There are fights with my mother when she wants to talk to me and I say, I can't. I just can't talk. Just let me be. My music is my best friend. I am surrounded by Kishore Kumar, Lata Mangeshkar, Asha Bhosle. My books, my movies. I am actually a very satisfied man.
You have spoken to us at length, straining your vocal cords.
I hope you got it clear because
I apologize for that, for making you sit down for a long interview.
now you see why it will never get better. Because even when I'm in class, instead of 1 hour, I talk for 2 hours. Basically, I'm a talker.
But you're a brave man.
Thank you.
And you're a very passionate man, passionate about cinema. Thank you so much, Vivek, for this lovely interview.
One day we should have a proper trivia on films kind of meeting where you can ask me all the trivia about every major film in the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s.